Welcome, everybody, to the Snoozers Football Podcast Show. I am Brandon, here with my very best friend, Zachariah. How are you?
Great, dude. We're 2-1. I don't give shit.
Ooh, you guys are 2-1. That's exciting.
Dude.
That's exciting. You beat the greatest undefeated team in NFL history, Arthur Smith's Navy Falcons. It's very sad.
Call us the Giant Killers, dude, except the Giants suck, so everybody's killing the Giants, but we're the Falcon Killers.
You and many others. That's exciting, though.
Yep, we did well. Played really well.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Thanks,
Our journeys tonight, so...
Locked in, dude, against my Baker Mayfield.
I know. That's weird. I'm surprised you did not bring the photo.
A man I keep close to my heart.
I'm surprised you did not bring the photo.
Maybe I did, dude.
What do we got?
I'm going to wait till it drops out of the ceiling.
That'd be a good gag.
A little week 3 recap, dude. That's how we usually start these suckers off, either preview or recap.
Speaking of suckers, do you know who the biggest suckers this week were? It's Brandon and Zach for the Snoozers podcast.
Why is that?
No more than a few days ago, we said week 3 kind of sucks. We're like, week 3's kind of boring.
Week 3 kind of did suck.
Week 3 was insane. Week 3 was crazy.
You have such low standards.
Week 3 was crazy. Go through these games. I got something bangerish on every single one of them.
That's not true. Browns-Titans.
Deshaun Watson is, first of all, Jerome Ford, literally Christian McCaffrey, just in Cleveland.
God, we're gonna get
and
slaughtered
Deshaun Watson, when do we start panicking about him? Did you see that play where he was scrambling? He was trying to escape like a sack. Mm-hmm. And this is like a Zufeld play. He just threw the ball back. Did you see that?
No.
He just throws the ball. Like, he's running away. He's like 5 or 10 yards behind line of scrimmage, and then he's about to get sacked, so he just throws the ball backwards into an open backfield, and then the other players are like, this is my ball now.
Immediate panic, dude.
Incredible.
We'll go over everything. I want to talk about the Lions and the Falcons again, bro.
Of course.
I'm not gonna let you just push us to the wayside like you're just some old dirty bag.
Let's talk.
Great game, dude. I thought we played really well. Atlanta, like we've talked about since day one, they run the ball really, really well. We held them in check. Yep. They didn't score a touchdown. A couple field goals.
Oh, yeah. That's exciting.
Yep. So, I was proud of that. The defense needed to step up after the past couple games. I think we had 5 or 6 sacks without looking at the stats. 5 or 6 sacks.
Yeah. It was kind of back and forth.
A lot of tackles for loss. I felt like we were in control the whole time, but it definitely was like a close game. Mm-hmm. But I did feel confident the whole game. Not like the Seattle game where I was like, oh, shit, yeah, dude, we're fucking toast. But no, I thought we played really well. Offense played well. Sam Laporta got his first career touchdown on a play that was very similar to Jameson Williams' first ever touchdown.
Really?
Yes.
I remember the big old J-Mo play. Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So where it's like kind of a little boot to the left, throwback on like a little post back towards the right, and they were wide open, and that play looked like the exact same play Jameson Williams scored on.
I had a good time watching the game. I think I got 3 bullet points from the game, and this is just off the dome, right? I don't have anything written down, but it's really impressive that the Lions are finding a way to win with their defense kind of being the star. Like so obviously last season and then all off season it's like, hey, let's talk about the offense. You had a little bit about it that people picked up on about the offense being so good. Yeah. But we're all kind of banking on, okay, the Lions have a high power offense, but they need it because the defense won't be able to stop other teams. The defense has been playing well. Yeah. Which segues finally into my next point. The Nostradamus Award. You know Nostradamus. He predicted the future.
Part of him, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
The Nostradamus Award.
Not to be confused with Zach Stradamus. Trademark. Don't you dare say it or I'll sue you.
That's you. Because
I'll sue you like Brett Favre.
Have you seen, obviously you have, but have you conceptualized Brian Branch's start? Do you know, he's insane. Did you see his stat line from last game?
Yeah, dude. Dude's a monster.
He's everywhere, and you called it out. For the first game, you're like, Brian Branch is going to be a star. You really were high on him coming into the draft, and he's everywhere. That was
and we had, and not to to go towards the negatives, but we had CJ, GJ, and Kirby Joseph were both out last game.
Yep.
So Tracy Walker stepped up.
And CJ, GJ's out for the season now.
Is he? Is that official?
Torn pec, yeah.
That'd be back in 2 weeks. Tracy Walker stepped in, and like we kind of talked about him, where he was supposed to be the guy, and then we bring in all these other guys that are actually really, really good. But Tracy made a couple plays, had a couple pass breakups. I think one of them should have been an interception pretty easily, but he dropped it. Whatever. But he played really well. But Brian Branch is just a maniac.
You guys are hitting on draft picks. It's so fun to watch.
I just watched a thing too that it'll be interesting to see because Green Bay traded us the pick to get Brian Branch.
Ooh, very exciting.
So it was Green Bay's pick. It was the 45th overall.
From what?
What do you mean?
How'd you get the pick?
Well, we traded it.
Oh, you just traded up for the pick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I did not know if it was from
Green Bay owned the 45th overall pick. They traded it to us. We then selected Brian Branch, who
I can't believe he fell that far. I thought he was going to be a first rounder. That's just me, but whatever. Turn back the clock.
Yeah.
And then my third bullet point, award for I've literally never seen this before. I don't think. Jared Goff had a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, baby.
That was so. And as soon as I'm like. He would have, first of all, yeah, if I was lined up against him, he would have scored on me because of course. But imagine I'm an NFL caliber athlete. There's no way I'm thinking Jared Goff's going to run that ball in. I'm
and you know who he fooled on that play.
Who did he fool?
Calais Campbell, a 16-year vet.
Oh my goodness!
And they showed Calais Campbell after because you know what a read option, right? Because that's all it was. A read option is you fake to the halfback and you just read the end. If the end crashes in, you keep the ball and you run. If the end just stands up and stays there, then you hand it off to the running back and he goes down the hole, right?
Yep.
So
good read.
It was a good read. Almost not a good read because Jared Goff is not the fastest, but Calais kind of came down and Goff pulled it like he was supposed to, and Calais still almost got his hand on him, but he was just came down just far enough to where Jared tried it in the end zone.
I love a good Jared Goff rushing touchdown.
But they showed Calais Campbell after, and he kind of had a little smirk on his face, okay, you got me. So
that was good. Good win. Good win.
Good win, dude. On to Green Bay on Thursday.
Be fun. We'll talk.
Yeah.
What anything else happen?
I mean, we got some recaps, bro. I mean,
man, so this might be a juicier, longer episode because I feel like just so much good stuff happened over the weekend. So Saints Packers.
Yeah.
Oh, you just want to go down?
Yeah, I was just gonna go down the line. So, same old thing, dude. We'll chime in if we'll go, and if there's really nothing, then we'll go from there. Gardner Minshew's Colts beat the Ravens 22-19. Kind of a crazy game. There was a little coaching back and forth in that. Did you see the field goal into the? It's kind of a long story, but worth a watch. I'll say that it was kind of like a chess match between Shane Steichen and Harbaugh, to where the Colts were gonna kick a field goal. And I'm gonna butcher this, so bear with me. But just go watch the clip. But essentially, Steichen tried to kind of fool Harbaugh with hey, we're gonna kick a field goal. Then he took the entire team off the field, brought in the first team. Baltimore had to call a timeout.
Yep, I saw
then
that.
Baltimore stayed in that. And then what happened was essentially Baltimore, once the Colts substitute their players, Baltimore gets a certain amount of time to substitute. So once that happened, Baltimore took the entire time, and the play clock doesn't reset.
And
so he essentially coached the Colts into a delay of game. It was interesting. One
Bill
of those,
Belichick was just jumping up and down.
Yeah,
Very
one of those
exciting.
backdoor rules that it was just kind of wild.
And let's talk. So the entire script for Week 3 is weird, right?
Yeah.
Justin Tucker missed a game winner. Weird. Gardner Minshew. I think the Colts are actually
game tire, wouldn't it have been, or no? Because it was 22-19.
No.
And I have no idea.
Nope. It would have won it.
Okay.
It was a 60-yarder or 61-yarder, and it would have won it. It was at end of regulation.
Yeah.
So. They were 19-19. That would have put them up 22-19.
Oh, did they go into overtime?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was an overtime, and
then
then it was also it almost was a tie.
Oh.
There were 2 or 3 turnover on downs and punts and stuff in overtime, and then it actually ended on a very sketchy no call.
Really?
Yes, it ended. It probably should have been a pass interference called on the Colts, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Live and you learn, I guess. Both teams 2-1 now. The next game, a blowout that I didn't expect. Browns over the Titans. Titans dropped to 1-2. Browns go to 2-1 after a 27-3 victory against Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Tennessee, they'll make an appearance in a segment later that we're gonna have, but they are looking rough. Lions, Falcons, we already went over that. Both teams go to 2-1.
I'm not going to talk about the Titans, Browns because you said they're going to show up in a segment later, so I'll earmark that.
Yeah, yep. If you want to talk about the game, you can. The game won't show up later.
I just think, but the Titans will show up, the Browns will. Browns have a scary good defense. I'm still hesitant about Deshaun Watson. He's really good at spreading the ball around, actually. And then Jerome Ford, my heroes. So it's actually crazy. So I was watching Red Zone, and I have Jerome Ford on fantasy. Everybody laughed at me because I dropped $60 fab on him.
Yep.
So I'm watching, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know I think Ford's number 8, right? And so I'm pretty sure I know who Ford is. And I don't think I'll be able to find a clip of this, but my wife can confirm. So I'm watching it, and then Deshaun Watson throws a pass. I'm like, oh my God, I think that's Jerome Ford. So he catches it, and I'm trying to look at the back of the jersey and see Ford on there, and I'm like, it's a really short name. And I said, I think that's Ford. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So then the player card pops up, and it's a very long, complicated name of a player I've never heard. I'm like, I said, I guess it wasn't Jerome Ford. I'm like, well, that sucks. I'm like, whatever, they got a touchdown. Then I go into Sleeper, because then it switches off Red Zone. So then I go into Sleeper, and I'm like, he did get a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I dreamt it or if it was a fever dream.
A really long name on the back. You thought they just put his full name,
no,
Jerome
his name,
Ford, on the back?
It pops up, and it's touchdown by.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a player that wasn't Jerome
He's number
Ford.
34, by the way.
Jerome Ford is?
Yeah. You are the worst. We're going to have a segment of Guess the Number.
Go on.
I'm
absolutely. And no wide receiver.
You've never gotten a jersey number right, ever, on this entire show.
I'm surprised his Brown jersey showed up with 11 on it. Go on.
Jeez Louise. All right, Titans, Browns. The Browns have a very good, just to add my little bullet point there, the Browns have a very good defense starting with Myles Garrett, and I think front to back, they could win them some
everywhere.
Games. Saints, Packers. Saints play 3.5 quarters. Great football. Yeah. Packers come back. I think there was a little more than halfway, but came back, scored 18 points. Once again, I think the Packers are dead in the water, and they come back and win the game on some crazy stuff.
It still wasn't a
Jordan
great
Love
win.
stock, baby.
No.
Going up. I like Jordan Love.
No, you watched the game. He missed. It could have been. He was missing open receivers.
Winning, bro.
Downfield. So we have a coworker and a friend that's a Green Bay Packers fan. He was in the group chat in his feelings. He's like, the Packers suck or whatnot. I wanted to support him with gambling. So
why not?
So I don't know when the game line was. It was either right after halftime or maybe closer to the third.
Yeah.
So the Packers were down, I think, 17-0.
Yeah.
And I put $1 on the Packers to come back and win, and it paid out $22.
Nice.
And part of me was like, I had like a $25 free bet, and part of me was like, I'm not gonna waste it on that.
Yeah. Should have, dude. He would have made another.
That would have been a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
And then he came back and won. Very exciting. But no, Jordan Love stock down despite the win.
He threw for 260, and he got a win. And he ran 9 times for a touchdown.
But it would have been more. And also Derek Carr out.
Yeah, Derek Carr.
He's week to week. Shoulder sprain.
Yeah. Yeah. Texans, Jaguars. I would say the surprise of the week, but there is a surprise of the week later down with Little Red Bird.
Yes.
And some.
So this is the award runner-up surprise of the week.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud's the single greatest quarterback to ever suit up.
Jeez Louise.
He is so good.
Yeah.
I feel bad if you have to decide to pick Nico Collins or Tank Dell. I
bought the Tank Dell stock.
I love Tank Dell. He did well this game.
Yeah.
He's tiny.
Yeah.
He's like 155.
Okay,
he's tiny.
right,
but there's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
Who did the Texans play?
Yeah, we don't know, dude, apparently. Apparently, dude. We caught some flack for the way that we pronounced Jacksonville's mascot. I'm scared to say it, dude.
Jaguars. I'm so scared.
And this is the thing, dude. I've thought about this, and maybe they're just messing with us. I don't know.
Am I being gaslit?
There's only one other way to say it, and it's the English pronunciation from the commercials. Jaguar.
Jaguar. Right.
Jaguar.
Or Jaguar.
Jaguar?
Like Jaguar? That sounds like an insult.
Jaguars. Maybe
You're such a Jaguar.
Yeah, so anyways.
Jaguar.
So we got a couple comments that we're pronouncing it Jaguars, which we do. Both of us do.
Wait, because that's how you pronounce the word.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, if you guys say it a different way, I mean, let us know.
We can do that clip where it says, like, add your own and they can, like, stitch it. I want to hear how they say it.
Yeah, how do you pronounce the Jacksonville mascot football team? So the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, let us know, dude.
If you want to have an enunciation off, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Jaguars.
I'm thrown off, dude. I was rattled by that. Next is the track meet, the Dolphins and the Broncos. 70-20. 70.
Every other, like, we have to touch on it. I see you scrolling. We have to touch on it.
Yep.
Just some crazy stats. So Raheem Mostert had 4 touchdowns, 48 fantasy points, and he was the RB2 on his team for the day.
Yeah, technically.
Because Devon, here's even more intrigue, Devon
A-Chain, I think.
So Devon A-Chain, as everybody's pronounced it. Also, he did like 51 fantasy points. I think he also had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He reached out to reporters today, now that he's a household name, and said it's actually Devon A-Chan.
A-Chan.
And please pronounce it Devon A-Chan, not Devon A-Chain.
Put it in my notes.
Which I prefer Devon A-Chain. Tua didn't have to do too much. Tyreek Hill.
A-Chan.
The Dolphins now for the season, the 5 fastest plays, like, you know, when they clock. Like,
yeah, dude.
All 5 are now Dolphins.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
Well, and just to put it in perspective, like on Madden, dude, their team, like their wide receivers, Mostert's the fastest running back.
Yep.
He's 95 speed. Tyreek's a 99. Waddle's, I think, a 98 or 97 or something like that. Dude, they got some A-Chan.
A-Chan?
He's a 94.
Yeah. Only going up, too.
He's like their 2 running backs are, I think, in the top 3 fastest running backs, along with their wide receivers.
I need to toot my own horn before we move on from the game. I need to toot my own horn.
Okay.
Look back on the pinned on our TikTok.
Okay.
Number 1, not even number 1, right? I won't give myself that much credit. But there was the top 10 offenses. And the Dolphins weren't on there, and I went on a tirade, and now everybody wants to be me. It's okay. Yeah, I just saw it coming.
Yeah.
And now the last thing.
And they figure out how tall you are, and they say, you know what, I'll just stay who I am.
And this is just giggly. So this is, I was listening to something else earlier, but like talking about like how like old school names used to be in football, right? Yeah. So the Dolphins did 726 yards on the poor Sean Payton Broncos. Yeah. It's the most yards ever in an NFL game, beating the previous record that the Rams put up against the New York Yanks in 1951.
We laugh, but that's literally their baseball team. The Yankees.
Yes.
The Yankees against the Red Sox today.
So it was the New York Yanks and they fielded. This is how powerhouse those teams were. These are just old school football guy names.
Yeah.
There's Bob Celery.
Nice, dude.
There's Paul Crow.
Okay.
There's Buddy Young.
Okay.
Norm Van Brocklin. Dick Horner. Tank.
All-time name, though?
Tank Younger. And Vitamin Smith.
No.
His name's literally
Vitamin
Dick Horner
Smith.
and Vitamin Smith.
These are like, hey, dude, put a name in old man generator name. Dick Horner and Bob Waterfield.
Props. So in another 72 years, when another new team breaks Tua, they're gonna be laughing at Tua and Devon A-Chain.
Yeah.
A-Chan.
Yeah.
That's just funny. I thought you'd enjoy that.
That was a wild sequence. Also going back, I don't know what year that was.
1951.
Okay, so the New York Yankees, I'm assuming, were before.
Yes, I think,
right? Because the 20s with.
I have to see how long they were Yanks were around, because
I want to know who was first, because either somebody just added the E's to the end, or they just subtracted it and just completely ripped somebody off,
way.
Hoping it would never make it.
Dude, the New York Yanks was only 1950, 1951. They were the Bulldogs.
Yeah, because after that they probably got sued by the actual Yankees.
How?
We'll just call them the New York Yanks. Nobody will ever know.
The New York Yankees have to be like older.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Dude, those 1920s they were like a good baseball team with Babe Ruth. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the Yankees won the World Series in '51.
Look up Babe Ruth.
I'm not looking at Babe Ruth. They used to be the New York Highlanders from 1903. Then they officially renamed New York Yankees in 1913.
Okay. Well, I'm looking up Babe Ruth if you aren't, dude. Because I don't want to sound like a moron. Yeah, 1914 to 1935.
That's how old the candy bar is?
Okay. But he played for the Yankees. Dude, I'm so good with baseball. 1920 to 1934.
You think you're good with baseball because you know who Babe Ruth is?
I know when he played and who he played for.
Next game.
You thought he was a candy bar. Chargers, Vikings.
The game that we said would be the most exciting, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun. A lot of
and
back
I
and forth.
My pick won.
Your pick did win. Yes, your pick did win. Incredible. Yes, it was good.
Yeah, Mike Williams out for the season, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately, that's injury. We skipped over injury talk because we're just going through.
Yeah, dude, I feel like I hate all the negativity, dude. Maybe the most boring game of the week, Patriots-Jets.
By far the most boring game.
Was it?
This
I
is
didn't
just
really
classic.
watch it.
So the AFC East games, when you have Zach Wilson at quarterback and you have the Bill Belichick's with Mac Jones
boy,
at
it's a real
quarterback,
hit and miss, huh?
That box score 15-10 seems like a box score that Vitamin Smith and Dick Horner would put up. That is just classic rumble tumble backyard football.
Yep.
Nothing really to speak of except Zach Wilson sacked himself. Did you see that?
He just got scared and fell down. I saw that. There.
Seeing Ghost Game. What's up with New York and
when you've got 300-pound men trying to take your head off, that world gets a little scrambled.
His quarterback rating 7.
I was waiting for the rest of it.
It's 7?
Yeah.
Why would they not call Carson Wentz or Joe Flacco or
Matt Ryan?
Trade? Yeah, Matt Ryan.
I saw that I think it was Wentz and Matt Ryan.
Called.
Yeah.
Please.
Hey, we watched the game. You need us. Right. Or even, dude, just try to get somebody's backup, dude. Like, it's just
they need to get sorry about this.
Yeah.
They need to get Theodore Roosevelt. They need to get Teddy Bridgewater. They just need to get.
We're not going to give them up though, dude.
I know, but dude, they're kind of
Somebody
in win now
like
mode. Just get a quarterback that can check it down. Oh, we'll get back into that, and just don't turn over the ball and let your defense win. Also, Zach Wilson. It was 4th and 10. Final play of the game. Garrett Wilson was visibly upset because he was open over the middle, and Zach Wilson decides to check it down 3 yards. 4th and 10.
Man, dude, that's so tough. Like, I think no matter what, I'm looking at Garrett Wilson until the very end, dude.
You just have to, man.
Like, I'm sorry, but if I'm in that spot, like, Garrett Wilson is my number one go-to guy. No doubt about it. I don't care if the entire defense sees it.
Yep.
We are rolling with him. Yeah, we are rolling with him. Next game, Bills Commanders. Magic Johnson in attendance for the Commanders because he's partial owner. Probably won't come to another game. Yeah. Trying to sell his stock right now.
100%. He's on
37-3.
Josh Allen's back. Bills are back.
Yeah, they needed that desperately. Game that kind of flew under the radar for me, Seahawks-Panthers. That looked like a little bit of a barn burner. 37-27 Seahawks win. They go to 2-1. Panthers drop to 0-3.
I hate that for the Panthers because I know how fan bases can be with backup quarterbacks. I went through it with Wentz Foles and Wentz Hurts.
Dalton looked good.
Looked good.
He threw the ball 58 times.
Yeah, he soared today.
Oh, my gosh. 361 and 2 tutties. Okay. So he played well. The next one, Cowboys-Cardinals.
I love this.
Did you see the TikTok? I think it was TikTok of Stephen A. Smith. It was the scoreboard down at the bottom, and he's just laughing. That was the whole TikTok.
That's so good.
We'll have to repost it or something.
We will have to repost it.
But it was just him just laughing.
I'm so happy for Cowboys. They they just decided to cut all the drama out of the middle of the season and just get into straight up playoff form. They were just rattled. Josh Dobbs was running all over them. They look good, and it was really cool. I burn on him a lot because I deserve to. Yeah. But Jonathan Gannon afterwards, the players, they just love him. They love him. They poured the Gatorade on him, and did you see they're like picking him up and shit?
I'm going to pause you right there. Everybody's happy when they win, especially a game that they weren't supposed to win. Now, if you see this game and it was Cardinals-Bears, which I think is coming up if I'm not mistaken.
Eventually.
They don't celebrate like that.
They do. We'll see. Cardinals are going to win 9 games this season.
I've been there before.
Cardinals are going to win 9 games this season. Jonathan Gannon. Yeah. Who took the bus here? Fire in your belly. If you don't have it, get it.
No. Beat it. Chiefs, Bears.
Did you see the Bears made an appearance at the Taylor Swift game?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. The unveiling of the relationship, yeah.
That was the most exciting. Bears should be in full panic mode.
I'm really upset Travi only had 1 tutty, though. I was hoping Patrick was just going to – I've got him on 4 of my 5 fantasy teams, and I was hoping Travi was going to have all day.
I know.
And
he did decent.
He did great.
Peppered with targets.
But touchdown-wise, he only had 1. But it was the last one, and she went crazy. Good for them.
Good for them.
And then last night, Sunday Night Football, Steelers-Raiders, kind of a snooze fest. Jimmy G left with a concussion. It's just like they were just one of the, like those 2 teams. I feel like it's just not a lot of exciting things happen. They just kind of like ram into each other for 60 minutes, and then whoever has the most points wins.
Well, we have to talk about. So, did you watch?
Periodically, yes, on and off, I did.
So, do you know about
watched it for a little while, then turn it off, then turn it back on.
Do you know about the drama at the end about Josh McDaniels' decision?
No, I think I turned it off. I was falling asleep.
So it's 4th and 4.
Okay.
It's 4th and 4. Ready?
Yeah.
And they have 15 points. The Raiders have 15 points. It's 4th and 4.
Okay.
In the end zone, like 4 yards to score.
Yeah.
And Josh McDaniels says, kick a field goal. This is with like 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
So you got 4 yards. You can get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie the game. Instead, he kicks a field goal to go up to 18, and you still need a whole nother touchdown. And he's afterwards the game, they're like, hey, how come you didn't go for the touchdown? You instead kicked the field goal for no reason. Then they ended up losing because they could not stop the Steelers. Yeah. And he said, well, we would have had to get the ball back anyways. It's like, no, like, does he not know you can do 2-point conversions?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just super. He's not good.
This is, yeah. I mean, the only thing that I could think would be like, okay, we kick this field goal. Now, if we get a touchdown, we win. We don't tie. And maybe my thought was like, and like I said, I didn't watch the game, but like from the looks of it, it didn't look like they were playing great.
Kenny Two Gloves kind of popped. He was fun. He was fun yesterday.
Well, and Jimmy was out, right? They brought in, who was their backup? Do we know?
They like him, don't they?
Well, Jimmy played the whole game, but apparently had a concussion. Anyways, I don't think their offense was playing great. I mean, they did score 11 points in the 4th quarter. The only thing that I could think of would be like McDaniels doesn't want to go to overtime, and he's going to try to win it. He's going to kick a field goal, then try to get the ball back and win it in regulation. Because maybe he like wasn't confident. I don't agree with it, but that's like from just playing devil's advocate, like thinking maybe that's what he was thinking of. But that's your week 3 recap.
Recap. I don't think I had anything else. No, Watson throws the ball backward. Raiders within 10, down 8, boom. Sean Payton's awful. Cardinals win. Wilson sacked himself. Done.
Nice, dude. Love that for us. What else do we got? Monday night doubleheader preview. Bucks, Eagles, Rams, Bengals. Who are you watching and why? Probably the Rams-Bengals game, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I got Puka on my fantasy team. And I need to. Did you see? So we're recording this right before Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
It is. So it's 5:58, and they still have not announced Joe Burrow's status. And they said we're going to give it a few more hours.
You don't have to until an hour and a half before the game.
Well, we're getting there.
If I'm not mistaken.
But that's crazy.
So you can check me on that.
Rams Bengals. It is full panic mode if the Bengals lose this. And I think there's a very real potential that they do.
Yeah, they could. I think it depends on if Joe Burrow plays. If Joe Burrow doesn't play and their backup comes in, I think it's still like I think a bit gets postponed until he comes back and loses another game.
This is This is why people follow us, for hard-hitting analysis such as Joe Burrow being in the game helps them win the game.
Well, I think it's more of a panic, right? Because if I'm like a fan, there's a blame
Okay,
game,
I see it.
right?
Yep, okay, yep.
Like, I'm talking from a panic standpoint. Like,
So if Joe Burrow plays and they lose,
then they are in full panic mode, I think. But if he doesn't play and the backup comes in and they lose, I think they're still panicking, but they're like, oh, but Joe
who's their
didn't
backup
play.
again? We don't have to look it up.
Yeah, dude, nobody knows. I'm trying to think.
Bucks Eagles.
Bucks Eagles.
So
You're nervous, dude.
I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous
bro.
for these games.
Is it at the link or is it at the Pirate
It's in
Ship?
Tampa.
Oh, I love that.
It's at the Pirate Ship. It is raining. We still have offensive woes. Thank God we have James Bradbury back,
So
Reed
excited
Blankenship
for that,
back. Hurts will hopefully do his thing. Yeah. But I, as an Eagles fan my entire life, the Donovan McNabb, throw-up game, TO on one leg game. I mean, Wentz goes out, MVP season. He goes out. We need a little bit of extra juju. You don't even know. You don't even know. Have you seen it?
No.
This will be with me at the bar. It is the Jalen Hurts prayer candle.
Wow.
That
That seems disrespectful. Go ahead and, for our listeners, hit us with what is that? If you had to describe that, Ray Charles, and go.
It is. Jalen Hurts' head photoshopped on a classic Jesus depiction.
Okay. In candle form.
And he never misses.
Okay. We'll see.
So that will be lit.
Taking the Bucks money line tonight.
I'm nervous, but I'm confident, and I have Hurts and A.J. Brown in fantasy.
Yeah, dude. I hope Baker puts on a show. I will be watching that game over Rams-Bengals.
So the issue,
I'm excited.
The issue with me is if we win, it doesn't change my opinion, and if we lose, it doesn't really change my opinion.
Okay.
I could see us losing this. I could see us winning it. I don't know.
Oh, you could see you guys.
I need to
winning
see more.
or-
I need to see more out of the passing.
Hold on, let me
game.
get this straight. So you could see the Eagles either winning or losing this game. Wow, that's crazy.
That's only two. A tie would never happen.
Zuffelstradamus.
This is why people follow us
Jesus,
for hard.
we are fucking idiots.
For hard-hitting, edge-of-your-seat analysis.
I'm gonna buy you one of those shirts that says "idiot" with the arrow pointing.
I'm just
out.
saying, so I feel differently. So if we lost this game,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling like the Cowboys fans feel today. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I'm not feeling like the Cardinals fans feel today. It's much more muted.
Okay.
Muted.
All right. We'll see. We'll see when that happens.
Is that offensive?
You didn't think about that, did you, when you brought it up?
Speaking of, I don't even know what this is.
A brand new game.
You have so many.
Can you add? I want to add a little game show music. It's called "Do They Suck?"
That's good.
I'm going to name an NFL team, and we are going to say if we think they suck or not.
That's perfect.
Yeah, starting off with the Philadelphia Eagles. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm just going to name a couple teams, dude. You tell me, do you think they suck or are they just in
This
a
is
rough
just quick gut
spot?
check, right? This is lightning round.
Yeah, dude. First up, Tennessee Titans. They are 1-2. They just got their doors blasted off.
They suck. They suck. Will Levis will be starting by end of the season. They suck.
All right, dude. There it is. The Tennessee Titans suck. I will agree. Derrick Henry, I think,
44 yards.
They have so few weapons that they just know that they have to give the ball to Derrick Henry, and everybody knows it, dude. D-Hop, kind of. I mean, bro, you look at their receivers: Chris Moore, Chig, their wide receiver, or their tight end, and then Treylon Burks, and all these guys. They try to run the ball, but they just don't have any other weapons to even
the Lions weak.
to even keep them honest.
Vrabel's a good coach. Roster sucks. They suck.
All right. Next team, the Broncos. Do they suck?
The Broncos do suck.
I agree, dude.
It's tragic. Sean Payton said in the offseason that Nathaniel Hackett is the worst NFL head coach.
Yeah.
And now he just gave up more yards than the 1951 New York Yanks. Like now he's historic. He will be in the history books forever as a bad.
Also, just based off that game, just real quick, shout out to my boy Mike McDaniel. He used to be the ball boy for the Denver Broncos, and I think that had something to do with it. He's weird enough to where like that pissed him off.
Yep.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
You want to be a
one.
Dolphins fan with me so bad.
I have a Dolphins jersey. Do you?
No. Can I have yours?
Nope. I agree. The Broncos do suck. They do. They're 0-3. No signs of turning around.
Nothing.
Yeah, I think they suck.
What's your next one?
The Minnesota Vikings. Do the Minnesota Vikings suck?
No. The Minnesota Vikings do not suck. It's just classic, the same old Vikings. It's if you are a statistics guy, I mean, simply law of averages, law of large numbers. Just like last season, they won a historic amount of one-score games. This season, they're going to lose a historic amount of one-score games. They don't suck. They're on the wrong side of statistics.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Vikings, they obviously have some good players in place. I saw a stat today that I think Kirko's first in yards, Jefferson's first in yards, and then Danielle Hunter, I think, is second in sacks. So they've got some good guys in place. Yep. I think they've, they went 11-0 last year. And you cut those games in half. Let's say they go 6-5 based off of math.
We're big math guys here.
You just cut those in half, man. Like eventually that ball is going to bounce the opposite way, and you have a whole different season. I think that's kind of where they're at because they've been in close games, right? They lost to the Bucs week 1 by 3. They just lost to the Chargers in a shootout. I don't know who they played week 2.
Eagles.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
And they got the doors.
They
right.
had they could have won on the. They could have drove down.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah. So they had a chance to win that one. So, no, I agree. I don't think the Vikings suck. I think they're just the ball's bouncing the wrong way right now. I got 2 more. Carolina Panthers, 0-3. Do they suck?
Yes.
Agreed.
I mean, how can you you have geriatric Adam Thielen out there as your number 1 receiver?
Yeah.
Sanders looks kind of disinterested, but that offensive line's not doing him any favors.
Yeah.
And Bryce Young has not been the guy that we wanted him to be, but also they're not setting him up with schemes and targets in order to make him be the guy you want to be. And now you're going to have backup quarterback controversy with the Red Rocket.
Well, and I think it's tough, man. Like if you know, and I'm just shooting from the hip here, but I think and you, i.e., look at the Bengals, like when you bring in a young quarterback, give them some weapons, and they just have not done that. And maybe they thought that with Miles Sanders, but I'm not talking that. I'm talking receivers.
Yep.
Right? They bring in Adam Thielen. He's a good wide receiver, don't get me wrong, but he's a good probably 2 or maybe even now a 3. DJ Chark's never been the guy. Still a good 2 or 3. They did draft Mingo. But I don't think they planned on him being a game changer. Obviously you want him to be that, but
but I mean, how many wide receiver 3s can you roster?
Yeah, so I think they're in some trouble, man. Their defense is, besides Brian Burns and a couple of their linebackers, they have some decent guys on the back end. I think that's what's keeping maybe some of these games closer. But yeah, I think the Panthers do suck. We know the Bears suck. We're not going to go over them. What about the Raiders? 1-2, last one. Do the Raiders suck?
The Raiders do not suck.
No?
No. I disagree with head coaching. Josh McDaniels is not that guy. Jimmy G, I've never been that impressed with him. But if you watch the game, Devontae Adams is still doing Devontae Adams things.
But the question isn't, does Devontae Adams suck? Because we know the answer to that. The question is, do the Raiders suck?
No. Again, Devontae Adams is good enough that he lifts up the roster around them. Their division's not doing them any favors. But gut check, the Raiders do not. I would not file them under suck.
Oh, here we go. We disagree. The Raiders do suck. And here's why. You said their division doesn't give them any favors. The only good team in their division is the Kansas City Chiefs. We just talked about a team in the suck portion that does suck, the Broncos, 0-3, and then the Chargers, who are 1-2, that just got their first win against the do they suck but they don't Vikings. So their division does. So their division does do them favors. besides the Kansas City Chiefs, you're going to go in to play Kansas City into Arrowhead once, bring them there. You're going to get your butt kicked twice. Other than that, 4 times, you should have a chance to win. Not only that, but they got the doors blown off them by the Bills, who don't suck, 38-10. Like those are 2 NFL football teams. You shouldn't be losing any games by 28 points. If you do, you suck. And then they beat, here we go, week 1 by 1 point. The do they suck? Yes, they do. Denver Broncos, 17-16 in a barn burner. So yeah, the Raiders do suck. They got beat by Kenny Pickett.
You've never been more powerful. You made this entire segment.
I was hoping you were going to say no, they don't, so I could just body slam you.
Wow. You hit me hard there.
Yeah. Anyways.
Scorecard 1-1.
I beg to differ. But anyways, maybe we'll kind of redo this, dude. Do they suck? That's it. Yeah, that's it, dude.
I love that.
Next segment is add a player to your roster. A fun little game that I made up as well. You are the Eagles GM. Forget about any trade logic. Forget about any salary cap. Who's one player that if you could pluck them from any team, any position, and add them to the Eagles, who would it be? I'm going to do the same for the Lions.
Any team.
Any team, any player, any caliber. Obviously, probably going to be the best player at that position, whatever. One player that you would add to the Eagles right now if you could. Like I said, contracts don't matter. Trade logic doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. You're just acquiring this player for free.
It would be, man.
And we can even play this game as well. Like I'm up
between 2.
I'll do an Eagles player. You can do a Lions player too. Go ahead. Give me your 2, and then pick 1.
What do you mean give 2?
Your 2. You said you have 2.
I have 2.
Okay. Give me your 2 you're thinking, and then pick one of them, because you only get to pick 1.
It's Micah Parsons, and it's Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay.
We lost the Super Bowl because of not being able to get
player,
2.
Same position, I should say, roughly.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because it's my personal bias. Is like, oh my God, like, I hate the Cowboys and whatnot, and I obviously love the Lions. I love Hutchin, hometown hero, but gun against my head, Micah Parsons. I would do horrible things to get that man on our team.
A Dallas Cowboys player, you have a football crush over.
You love the Cowboys. He has the crush on us. Do you know how much he loves the Eagles? He grew up an Eagles fan. He's friends with Slay. He wants to be a Philadelphia Eagles so bad.
I think I saw him wearing some.
Yep. Preach.
Yeah. Some Eagles stuff, bro.
He wants to be us.
So, between those 2, I'm going to go a different way, a different position. I think the Eagles have a great defense. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add Christian McCaffrey to your backfield and get rid of this whole running back by committee. Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown with Nick Sirianni running that show. That is very, very scary. Similar, and I think it'd be even better than what the 49ers have to a certain extent. I think a couple of those guys wash out, but then you have Jalen Hurts at quarterback, right? I think, Ayuk is a very good player. I don't know if you can compare him to Devontae Smith. They're different players, but they are very good number 2 wide receivers.
Oh, I'm getting so excited for the game now.
Debo and A.J. Brown are also similar. I think they play different styles, but as far as like being superstars, right? So you kind of get the same Goddard and Kittle. You could go right down the line. But I think the quarterback, you put Jalen Hurts with Christian McCaffrey.
Preach.
That would be very scary. Okay, the Lions.
Who do you want?
There is one person, no doubt about it, that I would love to add to the Lions roster, and it's a fella by the name of Tyreek Hill. Add Tyreek Hill. We are thin at wide receiver. I think having him, I was torn between him and Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
Ultimately, I'm going to take Tyreek Hill. He's a little older. We're not doing the whole 5 years down the road, whatever.
Yeah.
For right now, for this season.
We're not playing contracts right now.
Yeah. So for this year, give me Tyreek Hill to be able to throw the ball over the top. Pair him with Jamison Williams, who's coming back, who I think is like speed-wise comparable maybe to a Jalen Waddle. And then you add in a slot receiver to work 15 yards and in with Amon St. Brown, bro.
That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah, it would be nice.
I was gonna say Justin Jefferson for you guys. Just watching that game, I'm like, God, just need like a little bit more help on the receiving.
Realistically, anybody that can take the top off the defense. And I wouldn't be upset.
And I didn't really think Jefferson's that guy. I don't think he takes the top off it. I just think
he's a great receiver.
He's a great receiver. I love him.
I think he's more comparable almost, and obviously he does, but I think he's almost more comparable to maybe like somebody like a Devontae Adams that's like he's such a great route runner that he's going to catch passes at 5 yards. He's going to catch passes at 10 yards, and he's going to catch passes over the top because he's so good, right? And maybe not so much Devontae anymore, but
it was crazy yesterday.
But just like route runners that are more outside route runners as opposed to like just track guys over the top, like Tyreek. I think that's what more we need because we kind of have the route runner and Amon-Ra who can run those routes like those guys. So
God, I love football. That's fun.
I was torn about him, and then maybe my other pick was like a TJ Watt to pair with Aiden Hutchinson, or maybe even like a Nick Bosa. But I think having those guys, like having Hutch already, like I think a wide receiver adding it would be super fun.
We went both different ways for the Eagles. I like that.
Yeah, a fun little segment there. The next thing, a little college football talk. Just quick.
Okay.
Whatever comes to your mind.
Notre Dame should have won that.
That was a crazy game.
Notre Dame should have won that game.
Yep.
Did you see what, they just should have won. But those last two plays, they had 10 men on the field on defense.
That's crazy, bro.
That's ridiculous.
Like, I don't know, and I don't know if they had timeouts or not, but it's like, dude, you just cannot have that happen. Cannot have that happen. Like, I'm almost, like, thinking about it in my head. Like, I'm almost thinking, even if you get called, I mean, it's the last play of the game. Mm-hmm. Even if you get called, like, run out, have somebody run out.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, even if you're running out to, like, grab a receiver, like, to stop the play, I'll have them half the distance to the goal. I'd rather have half the distance to the goal with 11 guys than it was from the one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay.
So, I'd rather have an extra body out there than run a 10-man defense.
They had such a chance, man.
Dude.
They had such a chance.
It's so crazy.
And then the state of Colorado's down bad.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about the Hellfire. Who's the Dan Lanning, the Oregon head coach? Did you see the 2 fire quotes he had before game and?
Yeah.
So we'll recap.
Never heard of him before either. Like, I'm
really
not gonna lie. Like I very casually watch college football. There's just so many teams, but I definitely watch them. But I don't know any of the coaches from like out west really, if they're not big name guys.
Me neither. So. And I'm not gonna say that I do, right?
Yeah.
But so he said what? They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference. This game ain't going to be played in Hollywood. It's been being played on the grass.
Yeah.
Holy cow. And then, what was the quote he had at halftime?
I saw that, too. Where it was
this one went maybe even harder. Oh, because they were up. They were. And he's
by a lot. It was like 35-0.
Yeah, like 35-0. And then he went full Mike McDaniel on him. And he said, "We're not done yet. We're not satisfied. I hope everyone that's been watching Colorado every week is still watching."
Yeah.
Icy cold, bro. I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, Oregon did not hold back. We had a couple good games. Florida State beat Clemson in overtime. I like Florida State.
Yep.
So
God, how did that game end? It was I really thought Clemson was going to pull it out too. I watched that.
Yeah, that was a good one. Dabo's got those boys always fighting, I'll say, but they're talking about maybe that's an early ACC championship matchup. So we might get a rematch on that game if everything works out right. Michigan takes care of Rutgers 31-7. That really I don't think was much of a game. Who else do we have in here? Utah beat UCLA 14-7. Not a really high-scoring game, but that was 11 and 22 respectively in the rankings. LSU pulled out a very close win against Arkansas, 34-31. And then Washington State. Did you hear this game? The Washington State and Oregon State, what they were calling it?
No.
the Pac-2 championship.
Yes.
They're the only teams that are going to be left.
It's so good.
Yeah,
you're right.
I
did see that mentioned.
Yeah, the
That's
Pac-2
so
championship. Anyways, Washington State wins that. And then a really exciting game. I didn't watch any of it, but 38-35 is what that was.
Wow.
So, yeah, just a quick little college football recap.
That one Florida player had that
Oh, yeah.
craziest catch I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was a
And it was going fast. He had some stickums on that glove because it was like boink, like it moved him.
Yeah.
When he grabbed it.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on. That was our quick recap. I don't know if you guys want us to do more college football stuff. Just let us know.
Yeah, we love college football. We watch it all, man.
I do too. So, pillow talk.
Oh, actually, so because this is a year-long thing, we're not stopping.
Yeah.
Like college football, like the draft. There's a whole thing called the NFL draft. Like that'll be fun for us to get into when the time comes around.
We'll figure out some of these players, do some predictions.
Yeah, we'll go. We're scouting at Senior Bowls.
Yeah, we might be there, dude. By then,
we might be there. Who knows? Watch
knows.
out.
Yeah.
Bo Nix. Bo. What was it? So Bo Nix played. Bo Nix in college competed with Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's been in the league for like 4 years.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude, college football's wild, dude.
That's crazy.
The 31-year-old kicker that he was like in the military, then came out and he saw eligibility, so he's like, I want to kick.
What happened to your boy? Was this clickbait or your guy for the Rams, Stetson Bennett?
What?
He got put on like IR for like personal reasons. Did you see that?
No, I traded in all my Stetson Bennett stock before it plummeted.
You're out.
So that's don't even know who Stetson
and
Bennett
then
is
clickbait's
anymore.
like, he has a drinking problem and stuff like that. It's probably like
who doesn't, right?
I know, bro. It's 2023,
Yeah.
man. COVID killed us all.
Yeah.
No, it was probably like just clickbait, like probably a personal family issue or something.
Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
Pillow talk. I'm actually going to switch this up, dude. What I have in here, we're not talking about.
Okay. I can talk about whatever.
I'm switching up pillow talk. I had the pleasure of watching the AFL semifinals.
Aussie Football League.
Yeah, Aussie Football League finals. And I'm just going to go in on it right now. So, they don't call it semifinals. They call it something else because when you win the actual championship, they don't call it a championship. It's all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to do some research. And I'm gonna do something fun. I'm gonna go through the teams, and we're gonna do team comparisons of like who they are in the NFL. So maybe you can get a little bit better idea. But this is what I'm gonna tell you. I had the benefit of watching the beginning before the game started. I recorded them on my YouTube TV.
Oh wow, you're into it.
I recorded them, so I got to watch the very beginning of this game because last time, remember, I clicked in halfway through. Yep. I didn't get to see anything. The beginning of these games are electrifying. Like you think like you go to like an NFL like game and you've got like the smoke coming out. Mm-hmm. These guys are shooting fireworks off in their stadium. They're open stadiums, right?
They're going crazy.
They're shooting fireworks. Each team.
How big are the stadiums? Are they packed?
97,000 people. Which like comparatively speaking, I was looking at like the Chiefs-Lions game attendance, and it was like 73.
Wow.
So 97 compared to 73, like you're fitting a lot.
18% increase.
Yeah. So a ton of people, and it is just electrifying. And it's like kind of got like, I don't know if you watch like soccer or not, like English Premier League.
Manchester United.
Some of my friends. Okay. Well, some of my friends are very into it. I watch it as well. I have my own team. But it has like, how it has like the very classic like old feel, like it's kind of like it just is tradition. Mm-hmm. And this is what Aussie football is.
Yeah.
Footy is what they call it, Aussie footy. And so these guys come out, and you know how at like high school football games they have like the giant banners that have like writing on them and the like players run through it?
Yep.
Both teams have those.
Exciting.
But I have to make sure I stay close to the mic because I'm getting really excited. Both teams have those with like their own sayings on them. So they played the West Sydney Giants, I think, is what it was. Western Sydney Greater Giants. I don't remember what it was. But their thing is the orange tsunami. So it was like a big orange banner. Or is that like their, that's like a nickname.
Like a Roll Tide almost.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. But then this is the other cool part. Each team has their own song. Like
it's a full-on production.
Not like the Eagles have like Meek Mill's song.
Yeah.
No, they have a song that has like that. It's like a fight song, like a college football fight song. Each team that is like, dude, it's sick, dude. So anyways,
you're so juiced.
So like you were watching this game, and like I'm watching the Giants versus the Magpies. Magpie, do you know what a magpie is?
Yes, I know what a magpie is. We covered this last time. It's a bird. You sound ridiculous, but I'm here for
anyways,
it.
So the Magpies, they're number 1 overall. They have home field advantage. This place, apparently, I'm learning as I'm going still, the Magpies, like, they are known for their, like, raucous crowd. Like, they are, I don't know how many guys are on the field, but they're the extra guy is what it is.
Yep.
So.
They used to be a Seahawks thing, didn't it? The 12th man?
Correct.
Yeah.
I would say it's
which is just fire. I can't believe that fell apart.
Yeah. Well, no, they're still the 12th man.
I know, but like they really leaned into it.
Yeah.
They had like Legion.
Anyways, the Magpies crowd is similar to this.
Done.
So, anyways, there's all these things going, dude. It was a crazy scenario.
Who won?
The Magpies won.
Of course.
Yep. And they are going to play possibly my team. We still need to reach out to these teams. The Brisbane Lions.
Brisbane. No.
Is it Brisbane?
Yes. You don't even know your own damn team.
I don't know if they're my team yet, dude.
Well, Brisbane is one of the most populous cities in Australia, so I'd assume it'd be Brisbane.
When you said that, you kind of had an Australian accent, dude.
It's already happening.
Crikey.
Crikey. That's not a noi.
Yeah.
Is that a good one? That's not a good one.
Not great.
Jaguar.
So, anyways, the Lions, who are the number 2 seed, are playing the Magpies. I will be recording that. I still actually have to watch I know that the Lions won. They beat the team that I watched win.
Lions stocks going up.
Yeah.
Across.
They beat. I can't remember if it's Carlton or Charlton. I think it's the Blues. I think it's Charlton. But yeah, they won.
You're gonna get us canceled in Aussie for
Carlton, bro. Carlton and Brisbane. So Carlton, it wasn't really that close of a game. Collingwood versus the Giants. Collingwood Magpies. Apparently that was electric. I need to watch that game. But we're gonna find. I'm gonna figure out. I kind of want to wait till like the championship's done to like find my team. I'm gonna do some research, get a comparison. I did comparisons already on the 2. On the Magpies, I believe, and on the Lions.
There's so much damn free time.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll get into it next episode. I'll do just a quick recap of who I think like these.
I love your friend's little thing.
Yeah. So
it's so fun.
Yep. So that was electric. So I was really excited. Yep. Other than that, dude, I think we're just about done. Do we got some shout outs? You want to do the first shout out since you know who it is?
Mom! Shout out to Mom. She's owns her own little sweatshop, and she's printing shirts and merch. And we're going to be, the first time we both wear one, it's actually going to be insane. Shout out to Mom.
Yep, we only need 75 of them on Mizzou, so.
Yeah. I mean, do I have anybody else to shout out? Anybody?
I'll shout out my mom too, dude, because she's going to get upset if I don't shout her out. And you shouted your mom out.
Yeah,
She'd be like, what about me? So shout out my mom. She does listen to our show.
Does she really?
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. She watches on YouTube.
So, yeah. What, for the audio listeners, follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. We're getting more. We're getting a little bit more. We're figuring out our groove to reach the masses, but mostly TikTok. Add Snoozers FB or just search Snoozers Football. And then also for the TikTok people, if you want full hour-long episodes of our audio and antics, there's so much more meat on this bone that you're missing out on.
Just put it on and let it play. You get us some views, dude. I don't care.
You're driving, you're cruising.
Fall asleep to it at night if we're boring.
Why not?
Probably
I mean, holy cow, like ASMR.
Make fun of us, dude. Hey, look at these 2 idiots on here, and then just let it play for what's the amount we need for a view, like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah. Give us a 30-second. These guys, we've said we've sucked 3 times this episode.
Idiots, double idiots.
And we're not going to stop sucking anytime soon, 2-3 times a week.
Nope.
Apple Music or Spotify, Snoozers Football Podcast.
We're in there like swimwear, baby.
We're in there. Watch us. That's everything.
Play the damn music.